Where the kangaroos live?
Australia.
And where do we live?
Europe.
Very good. Good job.
I was born in London, lived in Fulham for the first 7 years of my life. I can remember playing sports growing up with my friends, just being at the park, playing soccer and rugby and stuff, which I know most American 7-year-olds weren't really playing that. I can remember my school was definitely a little different over there. I didn't have a strong British accent, but I used a lot of British words, like trainers and rubbish.
America, South America, Africa, Asia.
It was funny moving back because people would look at my parents would talk completely normally, like, well, why does this kid talk like this? But yeah, I mean, it's how I grew up, and it was cool that it stuck around a little bit, and yeah, it did go away quickly though. Basketball, I started playing for real when I moved to the Philadelphia area, so that was 2nd grade for me. Joined a travel team with kids in my school in 3rd grade. Started taking it more seriously as I got to high school. I played baseball and basketball mainly in middle school. As I got to high school, basketball quickly became my favorite sport and started playing AAU in the spring. In my AAU games, especially early on, there weren't many D1 coaches there. I wasn't talking to many D1 coaches, I was talking to D3 coaches now, and I was perfectly content with going to play at a great D3 school. And I can clearly remember Monson on the sideline, or the baseline actually, watching me play in AAU. Played pretty well, so I was pretty excited just to play well in front of a Division I coach. And he came back to the next game, and then the next morning after that he came. I was super excited after that tournament, and he was quick to reach out a couple days later, and me and my dad came to campus spring of my junior year for an unofficial visit.
What really stood out was he was on the same high school team as Cooper Miller, whose father, Kit, was a great player here. And Kit called and sort of had typical great things to say about Jackson, but when I saw him play for the first time, it was, he just screamed to me of our kind of guy and the way that he played.
I ended up coming to elite camp here at Princeton. Talked to coach a little more, play in front of them, so that was great, just to continue to build that relationship. And then high school live period happened, and that's when Princeton offered me. I came back to campus that summer, and they offered me, and I committed a few days later.
The deciding factor was, how can we not have Jackson in our program? He's just a terrific person, human being from a great family, and just an all-around great player. I'm so thrilled that he's here.
I think my game's evolved a lot. It's a learning curve, and you have to be appreciative of your growth and not get too down on yourself. It's going to be tough at first, and it was tough for me at first, but especially in those first 2 months, I grew a lot as a basketball player.
Well, there's 2 huge jumps I think Jackson's made from last year to this year. One is just understanding his physicality, how he can use his strength. And then 2 is knowing that you're a leader, that this is your program now.
I've always been a little quiet, a little more reserved. Everyone has been telling me I have to step up as a leader, and they don't have to tell me to do that. I know that I do. Knew that coming into this year, being one of the upperclassmen, and I've usually tried to lead by example.
You can tell that he knows what he's talking about. He definitely leads by action. In games, he's always super locked in, always encouraging us, but also playing the hardest and running back on defense and doing all the little things, and just showing guys that even if you're one of the top guys on the team, you still have to buy in and do all the little things.
I mean, there have been countless times, where he stood out as a leader. Obviously, he's an example first guy, but I would say the biggest moments have been when he's, used his voice in huddles and stuff like that in big games. When he's talking, everybody stops and listens. I mean, that's the coaching staff included. We're all listening to him. And so I think it's been moments like that where he's grabbed us in the huddle, whether it's a foul or a dead ball, we come together, we're looking at him, see what he says. And he has a way to just, calm us down in big moments and big games.
His support of his teammates, this is overlooked. Not here though, not by me. It's a huge quality of his, and I'm so appreciative that he's willing to put some time into other people in the program.
What I'm most proud of is trying to set a good example for my siblings and my family. My parents have been unbelievable role models for me my whole life, and I look up to them both a lot. And I'm super appreciative of all they've done to get me to this point, because there's no way I would be here without them. Yeah, I got 4 younger siblings. I'm super close with all of them, and I love them very much, and I kind of want to be a role model for them to look up to kind of try and follow and help them out throughout their lives. I just want to be remembered as somebody who gave it my all. I think I saw so many guys before me that I think so highly of, like Mush and Blake Peters, and they're guys that were great captains to me when I was an underclassman. And the legacy of Princeton basketball, there's so many guys before me and so many things that have shaped this program into the great program that it is, that I'm just trying to keep it that way and improve it in any way that I can.